because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
Razaban IFL TV proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm delighted to have with me Joe Ashford Ellis. Joe, listen, I know we've been seeing each other over the last year or so during my visit to your hometown of Bournemouth, but firstly, how are we?
I'm very well. I'm a little bit hot, like everybody here, but we can't complain about the sun, eh? The sun's out for us, so it's a cracking start.
Listen, whoever chose the date of the 27th of May, clap your hands, because if they got it wrong, I'm sure everyone would have been blaming them.
And last week it was raining. We got the luck of the gods, eh?
Absolutely. Joe, obviously we're here for a huge event. Okolie-Billam-Smith has his dream of fighting at the Vitali Football Stadium against Lawrence Okolie for the WBO Cruiserweight Championship. Just kind of track back a little bit. Obviously, I know I met you July last year, I believe it was, on the front end of the beach when Chris was fighting Isaac Chamberlain. Just explain your role and how you've kind of helped and supported Benchalan Boxer Sky to bring the event to Bournemouth.
Well, primarily I just stood on the financial risk. You know, I shouldn't steal any credit away from any of the fighters, the local fighters, and especially Okolie-Billam-Smith. You know, but primarily my role was, and I'm no massive boxing advocate, but I love my community. I look after a local amateur club for the kids, Parkstone ABC, with a friend of mine. It's his club, I finance it. So my big aspiration was to get a title fight or some sort of fight in the stadium. I pushed with Sky and Boxer. Eventually we got there. I had to kind of put my money where my mouth was and stand on the gate or whatever the tickets that they didn't sell would have been. I did. Big one was a crazy success. You know what a fight that was in itself. Big two, how do you top it? Wow, Okolie-Billam-Smith stole the show. What a knockout! And then we're here. Within a year, we're here at the stadium. It's a little bit surreal. Can't believe we're here. The sun's back out. Okolie-Billam-Smith's going to have a world title by the end of the week. Perfect.
Obviously, I know Bournemouth haven't had an event of this magnitude before in the past, but how difficult was it, the logistical side of kind of getting Bournemouth Football Club on board and getting preparations done to ensure that the event will be successful? Yeah,
well, I think I'm extremely lucky with the network that I have. You know, it's a lot of friends have helped me facilitate this and put all the moving parts together. We're not there yet, or out of trouble on the basis of boxing. You know how explosive and exciting boxing is. Things can go wrong all the way to the last minute, but we're prepped and ready to go. We've done the bulk of the tickets. I did a bit of a thing with Harry where I'm discounting 500 of the last tickets for people that couldn't afford to go and get them, so I'm giving a 50% discount. If you go on the Boxer website, I believe it's discount 50. And then we've got a full house. From that point on, it's down to the talent to go and provide the show, and obviously Okolie-Billam-Smith to take the world title, along with Joe Pigford, his win, and Lee Cutler and my other fighter, Mikey McKinson.
Obviously, the fact that you're able to sell so much tickets, and like you said, almost a full house, 15,000 people, what does that show you about Bournemouth and the fans? It shows you that there's a massive community feel within here, you know. Trying to sell 15,000 tickets is a big ask. There's 11.5 usually in the stadium. It's now 15,000. The whole town loves Okolie-Billam-Smith, and rightly so, as a hero. He's a great face for boxing, you know. I just think that it shows the support and the community and what they're willing to do for their local heroes, you know. I know Chris's last 3 fights have been here in Bournemouth, so do you expect to continue this kind of rhythm of having him continuously fight in Bournemouth? Because you've got people like Mace Rui that I spoke to earlier, Joe Pickford's not too far away, Lee Cutler's from here as well, and Mikey McKinson's down the road as well. So you've got a kind of an experienced pool already, and kind of to bring that next group in is important for Billam to continue to fight in Bournemouth. Yeah, the South Coast has got it's got some strong talent, you know. Boxing, I can't tell the outcomes of where this is going to go and wherever. The only thing I can tell you is boxing is well and truly on the map now at top tier boxing. Bournemouth is on the map at top tier boxing. So we're here to stay. This isn't a one-off.
and we welcome whoever wants to come and fight in our town.
So your phone must have been going off for tickets, because I was in the Marriott and I checked in and someone said to me, can you get me, the lady worker there, could you get me some tickets? I was like, listen, I'll see what I can do, but your phone must have been going crazy the last few weeks.
Yeah, it's not been the easiest time. And truthfully, I think the cheaper end of the tickets sold out almost instantly. There was a allocation that were back that then sold out instantly. So this is where we're at. The middle of the range tickets that are out the price bracket for quite a lot of people. I'm discounting them by 50% and taking the slack on it, a little bit like what I did in Bic One. And you know, we just want as many smiles on people's faces as we can get. And at the end of the day, it's an entertainment business and it's a tough sport. So.
Just explain, we're on the pier here obviously today. Last year we were out on the beach. It's a bit different because by being on the beach a lot of people on the beach might not know what's actually going on here, so almost like free marketing on the beach. How come it wasn't on the beach this time around?
It was just a change in the dynamic. Truthfully, it wasn't anything to do with me or my decision. I think it's a great success still with it being here, you know. I think the weather, last time it was in July, people were guaranteeing it was going to be sunny. I think there was probably an educated guess of what happens if it isn't, and I think primarily that was it, you know. But do I think it's lacking? No, I think everybody's turned out, the town's turned out to come and see the fighters, and yeah, here we are.
Final question, it might be a daft question. I know you're going to back Okolie-Billam-Smith, but how tough of a fight is this going to be for him?
Oh, it's exceptional, isn't it? It's you know, it's a really tough fight. There's no denying that. I'm no boxing expert, but even I know that. You know, the reality is the town love Chris. Chris is an absolute soldier. He's a 100% athlete and professional. He's got the home advantage, and I think with who he is as a person, his mindset, having the home advantage, I think he gets a win.
Does the fight go 12 rounds?
No. I think Chris gets a win inside the time.
Well, we're only 72 hours away. Joe, well done again on obviously bringing the show here and allowing us to obviously be here as well on this beautiful day and hopefully week as well. And yeah, we'll catch up with you the rest of the week.
Thanks ever so much. Cheers, buddy.
Joe, Firefly TV, thank you very much.
Because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,